Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Slay to Success talk show. My name is Rochelle Slay Queen Hemingway, CEO and founder of Slay to Success. I advise and empower women professionals to step up into their most authentic personal brand to gain attractive, lucrative opportunities. All right. And what I'm talking about is how do you want to be perceived by the world and is it in alignment? And we are focusing on 4 different areas. We are focusing on our appearance, behaviors, communication skills, and our digital presence, which I call the ABCDs. And we are starting with the Slay Foundation. All right. Slay means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, to dream big and work hard until you own it. It is also an acronym that stands for Universal Life and Leadership Philosophies that resonate with me the most. And hopefully they resonate with you too. And that is stay ready to be ready, lead out loud, a sense of community, and knowing you are built to last. So come on into the space, y'all. Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you for being here because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to spend some little time, just a little bit of time with us tonight. And y'all, I have a SLAYMAZING guest with us. So stop what you're doing. All right. Go get a pen and a piece of paper if you need, because we're going to be kicking up in here. Okay. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to share. And I know this is one of those episodes that you're not wanting to miss. So as you come on in, please let me know where you're tuning in from, right? Your name, so we can give you a shout out. All right. And just give us a little bit of, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What's happening? Okay. Okay. I've got, so these these comments are coming in, y'all, on the sideline that I can see now. We've got Samantha Harris in the building. All right. Good evening, my queen. And thank you so much for the connection, because this connection episode would not be a thing without you. So I just want to say thank you, Queen, for coming through, okay, and providing just an opportunity for us to really connect and really get to know one another. And LinkedIn, y'all, that's where I hang out a lot of times. So if you're not on a LinkedIn platform, please, 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 please come on over there. So what do I really do, y'all? Okay. What do I do? Well, I have talk shows. This is the one of 2. I have the Rise and Slay morning show as well, and that is Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I also am a creative, so I write a lot of things. I write books, I write articles. I help other women to write their books and their articles, start their talk shows. I also am an image consultant. What does that mean? Well, one of the components of it is I like to get dressed up. All right. So you will see me wearing all types of different outfits, bold prints, and all the things, because I believe that your visual presence can get you into certain places and doing it most truest to yourself. I am also a United States Air Force veteran. I spent 30 years in the Air Force, and after I retired, I reinvented myself. So I do these things boldly. I get out here and in the spaces and places where people will think, well, how'd you get there? Well, tonight we're going to tell you a little bit about how this all comes to be. And I see you, Chevy. Chevy, you are in the building too. Thank you so much for being here. Good E. I see that you're trying to put good evening. I know you're busy and you got a lot going on, but I'm so happy that you're here tonight with us. And yet I see it. Good evening, Queen. Okay. So who do I have with us this evening? Because on the Slay to Success show, I bring in a guest, y'all. All right. I am looking high and I am looking low for women and men who are in alignment, and they are using the Slay philosophies to positively impact the world. These are very specific women and men that I bring to the show. So tonight, y'all, I just want to share just a little bit about who I have with us tonight. Her name is Charon Richardson, and she's the founder and creative force behind Yuan by Charon, a fashion brand known for its unapologetic prints, bold silhouettes, and fearless approach to style. She has a background rooted in the New York City fashion district, y'all, and Caribbean flavor stitched into every design she creates. Clothing that doesn't just dress women, it dares for them to be seen. Okay. All right. So, like, I'm already like, what are we going to be talking? We're going to talk about a lot of things, y'all. She is a visionary designer and speaker, and she is blending confidence, culture, and craftsmanship to remind women that style is more than fabric, it's a frequency. Okay. And through her work, she empowers women to show up, stand tall, and slay without shrinking. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring my newest friend to the stage, and please give her lots and lots of love, y'all. Hi.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, Queen?
I am doing well today. How are you, Queen?
I am doing well too. I'm just saying, listen, our first meet and greet that we had virtually. I think we were on there for about an hour or
Oh,
so,
easily, easily.
just talking. And I just knew, I was like, you got to get on the show. We got to get you on the show because the information that you were sharing and the conversation that we were having, it was so good. And I know it is on time, especially for my community. So I wanted to share with you, um, share you with my community tonight. So
Thank you
please.
so much.
Yes, I listen, we're just gonna get right on in. We're gonna dive right on in, okay? So just share with the community like who you are and kind of, give us a little bit of background history so that way we can kind of, warm us up a little bit.
All right. Hey, 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 everyone. My name is Charon Richardson, and I am the owner of Guan by Charon. And in my native tongue, Guan means go ahead. So when I created this brand, it was really to empower women to go ahead and just be yourself, love yourself as who you are. And so I actually have a fashion degree. I went to FIT many, many moons ago. Let's not date me because I look like I'm
That's
25.
right. That's
Okay.
right.
And
Yes.
so I have worked in the industry, and working in industry, like I was like a 12, and that was considered mama size, and that was looked down upon.
Mm,
And I only got to design up to a large. And like anything more than that, they were putting us in boxes, squares. And I would say, hey, we could cinch this here. Like, but they didn't want to hear that. It's like, no, they just, Macy's just want a box.
mhm.
Bloomingdale's, this what they want. This is what works. And so I vowed that the moment that I could, I would create a space for women to show up as themselves. And I would be able to create designs that show your curves, that embraces a fuller woman, right? And
Yeah.
so here we are. And I love it. Like my love of fashion has took me all around the world to do all the things and be all the things, and it's just the greatest gift that I have. I do believe that women are beautiful in all shapes, sizes. I don't care
Mm,
if you're tall, you're short. I can cut for you.
mm.
I know how to cut fabric. I understand the woman body when you're getting bigger, smaller, what happens. And really, I've designed for many women who all I need is a picture. I got you.
Wow.
I got you. I can cut for that. I need to see front and side so that I know how to cut and maneuver the pattern. But, that's just a gift from God. So
Yes.
I cannot complain about that at all.
Listen, the one theme that we share is empowering women, supporting women, guiding women to feel their best, and have the confidence that they need to do whatever it is that they're trying to go for. And I wholeheartedly believe that when we put clothes on that makes us feel good about ourselves, we show up differently. There's something magical about that. Now, I don't know about you, and I do want you to share your story, but when I was a young girl, I wasn't even about fashion. I was very tomboyish. I didn't play with Barbie dolls. I just learned that again. My mom just told me recently, you didn't have no Barbie dolls and all this other stuff, right? And so, have you always loved fashion, or is this something that has developed over time?
So it's funny because I thought that I wasn't fashionable growing up. But
Mm,
I've had people who were in school with me that go, man, we get it. Like this, and I was like, I felt like I was very much tomboy. I was climbing the mango trees. If you didn't know, I was born and raised in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. I was climbing the coconut trees, the banana. Like I was doing all riding the bikes, hiding from my dad because he was like, girls don't ride bikes. Oh, I was
right.
riding bikes, right? I got marks still on my legs from climbing these trees and barbed wire ripping me out. I did not know that this was my calling. And
Mm.
so this calling found me later in life. I was a teenage mom,
Oh,
15 and pregnant,
oh,
and I
wow.
was literally trying to find my way. I just knew that I had to do something. I What I was clear was what I didn't want to do, but I
Mm,
was not clear of what I did. So I kept searching. I tried to be a police officer. I couldn't do a push-up, so I failed that test. I tried to join the military. I couldn't pull myself over the little ropey thing, so I failed
right.
that. Praise God. Praise God.
Praise God.
Okay. I tried all the things to do and nothing happened. So I had gotten married and was looking for something else to do. And
Mm,
I remember this lady in church saying, hey, there's this guy that moved back and he's giving sewing classes. And I was like, what the hell? I'm not doing anything. What the hell? Let me tell you, I could remember like yesterday, I sat there and I felt that machine hum underneath my feet, and something in me just clicked.
wow.
It just was like boom. And I was like, okay. So he taught me one thing. His name was Ivan. I can't remember his last name. He taught me it was a pencil skirt. So he taught me how to do a pencil skirt. I came back with like four different iterations of a pencil skirt. He goes, well, who taught you this? I said, I don't know. He go, okay. Next time he taught me to make a top. I came back. He goes, no, seriously. Who taught you how to do this? I said, I do not know. So he calls up the lady who told me about him, and she calls up FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. You had to
Uh-huh.
get the brochures, right? She called
Yeah.
me to her house. So I'm going, oh my God, she's an elder. I'm in church. What did I do wrong? And she goes, Ivan says that you have a gift and he's never seen this in his life. And she says,
Wow.
you can be a designer. I said, a what now? And she handed me the pamphlet. And I just was like, I was like 25. I says, wait, I could be a
Yeah.
that was April of 95. By August of 95, I had left my island and was in
Mm.
New York City at all cost, because it felt like it was calling me. Because it was just natural. It was breathing. I didn't have to, it was just so good. And
Oh,
so
wow.
I literally uh, went to my mom's house. My daughter was 7. I was like, listen, so I have a dream. I'm about to go to college. And she was like, to be a what? Okay. I'm gonna okay, I'll watch your baby. No problem. So that was the hardest thing for me to do. I remember we had to stop in Puerto Rico. That's like a 45-minute plane ride. I cried the whole way till the
Yeah.
stewardess kept asking, like, are you okay? Because I'm like, I was grateful I have family here. So I didn't come where there was no family to just the big
Right.
old city. But I
Right.
left home and left my baby. Um, but I knew, like, I felt it in my whole being that this is what I needed to do to make our life better. But don't cry for me. My baby's an attorney in 4 states and
What?
and admitted into the Supreme Court to practice law. I I I okay.
That,
I just want to
listen,
I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there. Okay?
listen, this what you have shared, Sharon, is like a whole word. This right here, because not a lot of times do we stop and we pay attention to the calling. All right. We always brush it off like this ain't for me, or this is just a pastime, or oh, that's cute. But you did like you said, I have a dream, and you started to take the actions to get to the dream. And let me just say this, because I was just sharing this with Chevy earlier. What you have done is generational impact,
Ooh,
meaning you have changed the trajectory of your family's dynamic. So not only were you successful and have been successful in your calling, your daughter, who you left from, when you were in St. Croix, now look at her. And so I believe that when women are made whole and they are doing the things that they have been called and destined to do, everything around them changes. The family, their circle of friends, their community, it all adds to and I know Samantha put it in here, purpose. Okay. So I'm just saying what you shared was a whole word. And if people weren't getting it up, I just laid it out for y'all. Listen, when we say yes to things that are very scary and we're not quite sure, but when we step into it, and so think about like all the lives you have impacted just by you sowing, you know? And so that confidence and the way that you have brought women out, maybe even people from like a deep, deep, dark place, because sometimes putting on clothes that fit us and make us feel great. And no one understands this concept better than us. And I know we come from two different worlds, but we are in the same kind of lane of doing the same thing. The end goal is the same, right?
okay.
So, you know, Chevy says amazing for your daughter, because she is, listen, slaying the game, if you will.
Okay.
And
Attorney Esquire.
we
Okay.
just put these little hairs and we like don't.
I did that. I did that. Okay. I keep asking my daughter. I said when she got her degree, I was like, I'm gonna need a copy because I worked hard for that. Can I add Esquire to my name on my business card? Because I feel like I should have this. Um, but it has been the greatest joy, like just being her mom, and now
Yes.
I got three grandkids, and again, like I love what you said, like I just changed the trajectory because they generational impact. They are amazing and they are doing such great things with their life. And it just took one person to just right. Even though at 15, everybody was talking, not my parents, but like the community, like, oh my God, you just messed up your life. My mama was like, God don't make mistakes.
He sure
If
don't.
this baby is here, she here. It's here for a reason. Listen, when people say, I said that's my greatest creation, and she saved me because I was heading down wrong paths, trying to do wrong things, and she just came and it was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
let's tune in,
Yeah.
and here we are. So I am grateful for that.
Yeah. You know, and when we look back on our lives and we look at things that people have said, you done messed it up or whatever, I think if you don't have the insight and the wherewithal to get the wisdom and the experiences, right, to share with other women that that those types of things aren't mistakes, all right, they are blessings in disguise. And when you see it for what that is, on the long, because it's a long game. When you see that, then you start to share with other women, like, don't count that as your stopping point. It's probably your launching pad. It's
Mhm.
probably for you to stop, reset, look at your life, and go, you know what? I need to change some things. So Donnell Johns is in the building, and he's my brother from another mother. We are brothers in arms. He is an Army veteran, and he just said generational impact, because that is what I know is occurring for any of us that are taken on as community leaders in our own right. And Samantha says, come on, hashtag trajectory. Yes, ma'am. That's what we doing. And then Donnell says, when my son earned his master's degree, he put him up in his office. Okay. So this is the thing.
We worked hard, Darnell. They didn't work for that. They didn't stay up all night. We did.
But our kids be paying attention. Okay. And when you say that they are not, if you're doing right and you're doing, it with the hard work that it takes, that grit, that grace that we always talk about, it'll pay off in the long run. So I just want to spend some time talking about fashion. Okay. Because listen,
Let's go.
let's go. Because okay, so when I retired from the military, I had an inkling that I was different in some sort of a way. I just knew, for me, that clothes always gave me this kind of sense of excitement, and I wanted to present myself differently and boldly, and I love how I have just redesigned my whole entire wardrobe. And the fact of the matter is, when I go into places, people don't know. They're like, wait a minute, right? So, you know, like, for women who you're like sewing for, right? Like somebody that is new, that doesn't understand, or, you're working with them, they're asking for an outfit for you to make for them. Kind of, what are some things that you share with them, or how do you guide them through that process?
So at the moment, I don't no longer do custom orders, but
Mm,
we do have I do have moments on my website that we work with a US factory that creates them for us, because at the capacity that we are right now, I just could not sew them all myself. So praise God for growth.
that's right.
Um, so the like I'm wearing my designs. This is my original print, okay? Original print with my name inside the print and
Mm,
my business name inside the print. This is what it's about, right?
that's right.
But I think that I just lost my train of thought. That's
Listen,
old
that's
school
all.
for you.
That's right. We got so much to talk about. We like, wait a minute, where we started at? All right.
Wait, what?
I was asking you about, how do you guide your clients, or what are the kind of the I don't even know, like, some rules of engagement, like when it comes to picking out outfits and maybe a style for a woman. Are there anything specific that you share?
Oh, absolutely. I think that one, to unlearn what society has taught you that a good body should look like. That's
Mm,
one. You got a good body. You got a good body. You got a great body. You got an amazing body. So if you were created in his image, but we
yeah.
have a society that's saying that, but we don't really like that image. So God didn't do a good job on that. So
Mm,
I help them to, one, unlearn that narrative that
mm,
was ingrained in them,
yeah.
right? I'm not a perfect hourglass, and I'm intentional about like modeling my clothes, and I do like a QVC style show where I'm showcasing, and I don't try to hide my belly, hide my legs. I want you to be empowered and loving who you are. So that's the first thing. Second is understanding what are the parts of the body that you love,
Yes.
right? So if
Yeah.
you love your décolletage, all right, I got you. If you love your legs, I got you. If you love
Right.
your booty, girl, I'm jealous. But,
Right.
you know, tell me what you love about yourself. Then now tell me what are your dislikes. Even though we unlearn, they're unlearning, they're still not there yet, but they'll still have stuff that they go, I don't want to show my arms.
Yeah.
Or I don't like my belly showing.
Right.
Okay. Like, so those are things. And that's where I start with. And then I teach them how to know what their body shape is, right? So I go,
Mhm.
everything can be worn. It's one, how it's cut, and and wear your size. And
Yeah.
stop letting the number
The
or
numbers.
letters in
The-
a size rule the way that you show up. Right?
Yes.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
no, no, I wear an 8, but they'll go to a different brand and it's a 12, but they will squeeze into an 8 to be uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and the fit is ill-fitting because they're living by a label. Live by a fit,
Yes.
right? And so
Yeah.
those are like the key arching things, and a good bra and
Oh,
undergarment foundations are your
okay.
friends, man.
You have me falling over to the side for
I'm
a
sorry.
minute.
I'm
Just
sorry.
saying, like, well, I don't know why we continue to. I don't even know what the word neglect, or we just don't include that into the outfit. Like everything is needing to be measured and fitting properly. I just don't know if that is a um mental shift of, my clothes doesn't mean my undergarments. Like I'm confused. I'm trying to understand that. Do you have
I have no clue.
I
This
just
is there's this new era where it's optional. It's not optional.
it is
I'm gonna
not.
need you to wear it. I'm gonna need you to figure it out. I'm gonna need you to smooth it out, right? So your outfit could be absolutely fabulous, and your
Yeah.
foundation underneath your garment is not, and it messes up the whole vibe. And everybody goes, I could do what I want to do. Okay, sis, then be messy with that, right?
You said messy.
Be
Yeah.
messy.
Yeah.
And I don't I my girls know I don't play about that. Like, make sure everything is where they need to be. And I get it. We're ladies of a particular age. Stuff is just not where it used to be. But everybody on the outside of your home doesn't need to know that. So
No,
I feel like that should be number one, first
I
off.
agree. I agree. Yeah, because there and like you said, the society now, there's a different stance or a different view on wearing undergarments. But the thing for me is, like, when you're not wearing undergarments or the proper fitting undergarments, just think of how bad it would be if something goes awry with the outfit. I'm just saying, like, anything is possible. We need to make sure that we have these underground. And like my mama used to say, okay, and I don't know what, anyone else's mother would say, but my mom would say, make sure you have clean underwear on and a bra on. Just make sure, because if you go to the emergency room after being in an accident, okay, we not looking at all kind of craziness in here. Okay. So that's not what we doing. And so, I mean, but I know that there is different views on that, but what we're talking about is showing up in your most highest version of yourself, the best
Absolutely.
version and the most favorite version of yourself. And these are only tools to help you to do that. All right, these are tools. So the other thing that I would love for us to kind of talk through is, fashion is getting kind of a bad rap, if you will. There's a lot of different categories of fashion. So, like, you can go to the store now, right? And there's just all these different departments and so forth. You are selling, marketing clothing that you have personally designed, and now you're duplicating them, right? And so I know when I take my clients and we go shopping personal styling, I'm always like, don't go in this area. There ain't nothing in here for you over here. Like look over here. But it could be overwhelming. It could be absolutely overwhelming in there because they have made it to where now they have mannequins with clothes on it. And then women are just taking the clothes off the mannequin and saying, okay, that's my outfit. I'm like, that, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just trying to, get your perspective on the fashion world because you have the fashion degree and the experience in that way more than I do, for sure. So, like, what are we doing in the fashion world?
The fashion world has absolutely changed tremendously. And so I think what's happening is, thank you.
Hmm.
I,
Chevy's like, she loving this conversation. We just
so when I was in the
we are
fashion world, it was just, I just felt like it was just, we had seasons, we had what do you call it? We had we marketed a particular season, we had trends, and everybody kind of sat globally in these trends and colors.
hmm
Now we got the fast fashions of the barrel, and they go every which way, right? And
hmm
what they do is people ugh,
mm.
I shouldn't say this.
Well, just go ahead and say it. 'Cause you got it in your mind, like I want to hear it.
So people don't have style. They don't know how
Mm,
to take five things off of different departments and put it together. So if
mm,
it's not all on a mannequin, they can't think outside of that, right? So
mm,
I do these thing called style out, and I will show women different ways to wear different things that I have from different seasons, how you can lay this on top of this, flip this, do this, and how does that look, right? That's style. That's a different kind of and it's a gift. Like I don't take long to dress. I could be out the house in 45 minutes. Like, and
hello,
that's including makeup. Like and
hello,
that's the makeup is half an hour, right?
exactly.
And right? And it's like everybody's like, "Oh my god, you're so perfect." Okay.
It's
So people don't have style, and they do not want to be individuals because society
mm,
has told them if you are like so and so on Instagram, you'll be accepted. So social media has really pushed fashion in a way that it's copy, paste, repeat. Copy, paste,
mm,
repeat. It's very few people that want to go against the grain to show
yeah.
up in a way that people go, oh, like when you and I walk into places, people they don't know what to do with their eyes.
No, it's right. It's
You-
wait. Just stroke this happening here. I don't know. I can't compute. I'm like, yeah, they don't know because you're right. I just love the fact when you said they cannot think outside of the box. Like they are so programmed to be like, this is what you do. I put this top with these pants and I'm good, right? And
Yep,
you're right. I think that, and it's like problem solving. It's
yep,
like they cannot find what they're looking for in there because they're not going the extra step. They just stop at this is it right here. And then you know what that people tell me? I don't have nothing. I couldn't find nothing. I was in the mall for 2 hours. And I'm like, you in the mall for 2 hours looking for an outfit?
I
Okay.
mean, no.
That's again, I just don't know. But I love when I see a woman who has their own style.
Ah,
Ah, man. And they're not caring about what everyone else is doing. They still belong in the room, if you will, but people will remember them long after they leave. Because you know what they're going to say, Queen? They're going to say, you remember the girl that had on XYZ? They won't remember,
Okay.
and may not remember your name, but they definitely going to remember what you wearing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down. That
Yeah.
happens to me all the time. What? Yeah, the girl with the thing and the thing, her, right? Or that starts a conversation. Wow, your outfit is beautiful, right? I just left a fundraiser, and this is how I was dressed, and they go, "Oh, wow, this outfit is beautiful." It was a tall girl, and then that conversation started, and I go, "Oh yeah," and she was like, "Oh, I'm so and so, and I got to go to an event." I was like, "Oh, I got you. Say less, sis. Here's
Say
my
less.
number." She called me immediately. She was like, Just lock my number in because I'm gonna call you on Monday." Okay, yeah. She said because all of this, and to me, this is just
Yeah.
this just like every day, like
Yeah. Like, what do we do?
it's not a ruffle or anything. It's just
But you know what?
you
But
know.
you have a system too, Sharon. Like you just said, you know what to wear. If somebody called you right now and said, "Hey, can you show up to go to this event in like 30 minutes?" You have a system
Yes,
already built in. And I think every woman should have a system on how they're going to pull themselves together in a small period of time so that way they can show up. All right. I think one of the problems that I have seen is women who tell me I didn't come because I have nothing to wear. I didn't know how to get myself there. And I'm like, no, you know what you did? You are missing out on opportunities
opportunities.
for something that could be solved by you taking the time out to really think about what that sense of style is for you,
Hmm.
create a system around that, and then fully show up authentically, boldly, and unapologetically in it. And I can guarantee you, you will get at least one opportunity out of that if you just show up,
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. Uh, uh, I definitely believe in that and showing up polished.
Polish. Okay, let's okay. First of all, before we go to that, stop what she's saying right there. We got 3 comments on Facebook.
All
Hey,
right.
Facebook. Listen, I don't know what's going on the Facebook side, y'all, but I see your comments. I've got Dale. Hey, Dale from Atlanta, Georgia. She is viewing in from Facebook. And Jeba, okay, is tuning in from Maryland. Now, Jeba is up and coming. She wants to be an image consultant too, and her fashion sense is slaying. Okay, so I'm so happy that
Yes.
y'all are here with us. Christy, I see you too on that side. So thank y'all for being here, and of course, we just gotta work with Facebook. I don't know what y'all doing
Yeah.
over
This.
there,
Yeah.
but
It's
okay,
doing something.
it's doing something. I'm just like, y'all don't want us to be great. I'm trying to share the share button with, I'm just gonna put, hey, we're on live, so that way anyone who's on there can see, and then that way it'll pick it up. Okay, so all right, so let's talk about being polished. Okay, now there's definitions of polished all over the place, but tell me your definition of polished, Sharon.
Undergarments together, face together, hair together, and definitely your outfits together. And please, please don't forget your shoes. And also, this is one of my biggest pet peeves. Taking your work tote to an evening event. I'm gonna need you to get your clutch game up. Okay. I see. I know you understand. Do not.
Where's my fan
Do,
at? I need a
do,
fan, y'all.
do
That's what
you
I'm
do you
saying.
hear me? I had a girlfriend who would come where we needed to have a chair just for how big her pocketbooks was. I was like, we're gonna have to stop this because I'm gonna talk about you on live, right? And now she has little, she definitely now she's has an array of different little pocketbooks to bring. Okay,
Okay,
but it thing is these are not things that we are taught with, right? These are little extra things, and you don't need a bunch. You need like 5 colors, and 5 colors is great. Get you a navy, a black, a burgundy, a olive, and maybe an animal, and you're good. Okay, get yourself.
What is up with them big bags, y'all? Anyone who's carrying a big bag at
Hey, Doctor D.
these galas and these, what they call them, like Oscar themed parties, or special speakers coming in where you got to elevate your clothing, and then you coming in there with a work bag that's got all of the things. It's like scavenger hunt bag. Like, hey, we could play scavenger hunt right now. Okay, anybody got pair of
Look,
scissors? Pair of scissors.
can I borrow your computer out your bag, girl? Because why is it here at dinner?
Why is the computer at the gala?
No, stop
What
it.
are we doing, ladies? Listen, look,
Stop
you
it.
brought up such a great.
It's one of my big pet peeves. And Crocs are not real shoes either.
Crocs are
So
not real, y'all. They're not real.
I said what I said.
They're not real. Okay. I don't own a pair of Crocs, y'all.
I do not.
Because I'm just like, I've got a certain standard, okay? And so when I'm stepping outside, for me, Crocs is just a little bit more on the too comfortable. We too comfortable, okay? Like, we in pajamas, which I've seen out here. I don't know why we wear in pajamas outside. Okay, we used to wear pajamas only on the days at school when they had pajama day. Okay, that was the only time you would see us in pajamas. But here, and bonnets. Okay, I'm not quite sure. You can come for me if you want, but I don't know about the bonnets. Okay, y'all.
I don't even own a bonnet. I don't even tie my braids down. They are every which way in the bed. Like, I cannot.
I had to tie mine down for running because I'm a big runner. Okay. So, like, when I'm running, I don't want all this in my face.
Yeah, that's different.
When we are out and we are stepping out in these streets and you are in your bonnet still and the slippers and the pajamas, I'm just like, come on, y'all. I don't know where we are because, again, these are missed opportunities. I'll just say that, missed opportunities. Somebody could be coming up to you, ask you. They probably not going to ask you a question. Now, when I go into the grocery store, guess what happens? I go in there and people are like, "Oh, you look so nice. Oh,
conversation.
Wow, I love your outfit. Oh, I love that color on you." Listen, those are the compliments that you want to be getting.
Yep.
All day, every day.
Yep. It's absolutely true. And I think that we just live in a society where they go, I don't care. I don't need to prove nothing. Did our ancestors
Lord.
Did our ancestors die, didn't sit in the back of the bus so that you can miss any opportunity or just walk out of the house looking like you don't care? And I'm judging when you come out the house, unless you were sick. And I get you sick and you just want to get to the Walgreens to grab your medicine. Oh, won't. But like, you're literally going shopping in Target like this? No, I'm judging. I'm judging. I'm watching you, and I'm judging. And can I say this? Oh my God. Out here talking.
Yes, of course you can.
Leggings is not an outfit. Can we stop with the leggings? I don't care how fit you are. This is not what we should be wearing to dinner with your shirt tucked in, or to a event, or to it's not. And I've seen this at black ties, and I don't think people know what black tie means because that's not it. Okay. This is not it.
This is not it. And I think leggings are just one of those pieces of items where we can just start again to just be lazy. Okay, it is just laziness. Now you wear leggings when you go to the gym, okay, or leggings when you're working out outside or something like that. But when we are going to an event, leggings should not be the first item that you take out of your closet or the basket or wherever these leggings are at, and then put them on and talking about, this is all I got. Believe in me, there are clothes out there that you can wear that don't give the indication that you just came off of a gym workbench, because that's what I always put it to. Like, you just came from the gym. Like, what are we doing in here? All right, we are in a business meeting and you are in leggings. I don't get this concept. I don't want to get the concept. That's not how I roll. All right, now when you talk about hair, nails, makeup, again, I think there's a lot of people who think that is not a part of this. When we talk about
Like,
polish, it has to be a part of the schedule. There is a maintenance that comes along with this. All right. I think hair accounts for about 80% of how you show up. All right. If you get this hair, okay, and get the style that looks good on you and not your bestie. Okay,
yep,
because your
yep,
bestie's head is different from your head. And
yep, yep.
sometimes, and the colors and everything, it has to be complementary to who you are,
Mm.
right? And the nails I mean, I'm in the nail shop at least every 2 to 3 weeks on schedule, because if you're like us, we're out and about all the time. We are engaging with people and we're in this industry. So if we are saying, hey, we want you to work with us, and we are talking about fashion and image and styling and all this other stuff, why do you think we're not going to be showing up, without these things? And makeup, when people say, oh, I don't wear makeup, I'm like, you know what, when you're 50 and over, which I am, we got to put I'm not saying beat your whole face up and come out there like you doing a photo shoot, but put on a little bit of lipstick, pat it down, do something, make yourself look alive, look alive.
Yes, yes. I think that it is such a disservice to, how to say, I feel like, especially in our age group, it was taught that we should be quiet, be
Oh,
fade to the back, right? So makeup was taught as a bad thing. It's a
yeah,
bad thing for this. It's a bad thing for that. Listen, you can rock some tinted moisturizer, even out your skin tone. You ain't got to do all the lashes and the extra stuff. And you don't just put some Vaseline on the lip. Like, it don't got to be all of the things. But I just see that people expect to be received a certain way. However, we live in a visual society.
yes, yes.
And so
We
for me,
do.
visually, if you show up, like I've had people come to interview at my company wearing jeans and a t-shirt,
Oh no,
visually, that's not appealing to me.
no. It's not.
So visually, you don't get the job.
No, you don't.
Like, hard pass, hard no, hard everything, because that's not a good representation of my brand in any shape or form.
Exactly.
And so there's, especially with the younger generation, no pride. So
Mm.
younger people have no pride in showing up. They feel like they're just going totally left than what
Mm.
our parents taught us. And we're like in the middle. So we have some that'll, will get a little glam, and then some that goes, no, I just need to, because the Lord said I shouldn't wear lipstick. Well, show me in the Bible where the Lord said we shouldn't wear lipstick.
I've never seen that before.
Go ahead and let
I was at
these.
church today. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I feel like not, okay? But we live in a society where people twist words and twerk
Uh-huh.
words to have their own agenda met in the way that they want. And
Yeah.
again, to push women down so that you're not, and because we are who we are, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
create things, I
Yeah.
think that just showing up as yourself, and if that means no makeup, but be polished about it. Por
Yeah.
favor. Please.
And please, like, wash your face, put some lotion on it, like you said, and do something as if you did something. Like, I don't know what this let's just not do anything kind of look is, and just be out here. And for me, where I'm at, like, I'm in the entrepreneurial world where I'm going to all these networking events, and then people are like, how do you get, like, opportunities, or how are you getting clients? Well, because I'm showing up fully. I just don't just drop into the networking event. All right. I'm planning. I know what outfits I'm wearing. And then, okay, Jebba on the Facebook side, she said, preach. The right accessories matter. She talking about
Oh,
accessories too. Okay. Because, like, when you talk about the bag, the shoes, the jewelry, all of these details, they send a message. This is a story, and I treat it as a
absolutely.
story. What story are you trying to share without even saying anything? Like, I want not to say any. My goal is to not say anything when I go into a room. Like, when I first go in there, I'm just peeping it out, okay? And then I'm just, just working the room, getting my little whatever treats they got and my drink. And I'm just, watching people as they watching. And then people come to me and they start to engage in these conversations. But what I really want to talk to through is about, you talked about the frequency, okay? All right. So we're going to talk about frequency in here.
This is a different level for me, for real.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Like, okay. So when I share sometimes about being in this high vibration, all right, like, there's that frequency of being in a powerful, positive, bold, confident energy. And it is a very high energy that I have found myself, where anything else below that, I just can't deal with. I don't know what it just, like, it stops. Like, so when people, they're not talking forward, all right? Because I'm a big visionary as yourself. We make things, we create things, we want to see bigger visions for ourselves, right? And that requires to be at a higher level. So everything that I do or try to do is in elevation mode. I elevate, like, I don't even know how many steps I go up. I don't even know. I try my best to get to, okay, last year looks different than this year.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And next year will look different than this year, because it's in this progression of understanding and knowing thyself. Okay. When you know thyself and you know where you're trying to go, something happens. And I know
Mhm.
when you said you are operating in a higher frequency, and the style that you create, the clothes that you create, are in this higher frequency.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So where did you develop that from? Because, I'm very curious when I find someone who's in alignment, who is, taking on that approach as well.
So, a little backstory before I got there. When I worked in New York City, I only wore black because
Ooh.
that was what everybody wore. And so I understand that you want to be cows and cattle's in a herd and everybody follows, right?
Mm.
I didn't want to disrupt. I went into the office. This is I was in a management role, and I was the only
Mhm.
black girl there, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And a lot of times that's what happens as we move up. And so I didn't want to
Ruffle
reference, so I
feathers.
wore all black. When I transitioned to my own company, it took me a while to and I come from an island. Everything is bright, bold, and colorful.
Mhm.
Every day, all day. The school
Right.
across the street from the beach. Okay. Like every day, all day. This was
Right,
my life.
right.
So then, as time went along, I realized that I operate better when color is around me.
Mm,
Color is a
mm,
frequency.
mm,
What you wear speaks to the frequency of it. So I realized it's in order for me to become who I am energetically, I feel better when my clothes are colorful. Energetically, I feel better when I'm wearing something that fits me well. I'm
mm.
intentional who I purchase my stuff from. I mean, 99% of the time I'm rocking Guan. But
Right.
when I do get those other pieces, I'm intentional because I understand that the more that I have expanded in
Mhm.
this company, it has helped me even to really, it's ironic that I'm wearing black, but I got on all the other
You
stuff,
got all the other clothes on.
right? But for me, that was it. So for me, it energetically frequency means like like you said earlier, your clothes don't have to say nothing,
Oof.
right? I remember one day, one of my girlfriends, she noticed this about me. This was when I was coming out of it, and she says, "You ever notice that we go places and every time everybody just turn around and look at you?" She says, "Your energy enters the room before you do." I was like,
Mhm,
"Wait, what, girl?"
mhm.
But she was older, she was wiser.
Yep,
And so when I am walking into a room, I'm telling myself, "You the baddest thing in here." That's
that's
what I'm
right.
telling myself in my head, right? So I'm already coming before I even get to the door,
That's right.
right? So I'm already revving up that frequency, revving up that energy. So by the
Mhm.
time I hit the door, and she said, "Watch when we go in this room." It was church. My friend was being ordained as a minister. We go in the middle of the pastor preaching. Everybody turn around. She said, "Girl, they ain't looking at me. They ain't looking at me." And that was when I first go. There's something about this creating this,
Yeah,
pushing this. So
yeah,
for me, I I try to amplify it as much as possible, and I try to help women amplify that and understand. You know, side story. Yesterday, I was going driving, and one of my ladies called me, and she is crying. So I go, "Oh my God, what is wrong?" And she's one of my customers, and some of them have my phone number. I'm just that
right,
girl.
right.
And I said, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" She was like, "Nothing. I just got my package, and it is so beautiful. The colors are so amazing. I just feel so loved by
Oh,
your art." I started crying.
of
She
course.
said, "You're doing God's work." Because before you, I never wore color. Before you, I never saw myself the way that you
Mhm,
helped me to see myself. I said,
mm.
and because I'm intentional when I create, I'm intentional when I send off the pieces. They're always blessed, in the
Yeah.
way that I do it. I want to make sure that when women open it, before I was like, "Oh, did you try it on?" She was like, "I didn't even take it out of the package. I'm just looking at the colors." And I already feeling that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Feeling that she is in tears. Now I'm in tears, and I go, "Thank you so much for calling me and
Yeah.
sharing that with me." And
Yeah.
she says, "You're just empowering me. And I'm just so excited about who I've turned into in these last 4 years
Yeah.
because I was hiding." And that
Yeah.
print was the boldest, baddest print ever. Like, you're not disappearing
No.
in that. And so for me, that was everything. I always say how you dress is how you heal, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of times when I see women and they are disheveled,
Mhm.
I feel like there's healing, internal healing
Yep.
that need to be done. Because if you love self,
Yeah.
like, we are supposed to love self, but we weren't taught to love self, right?
Yeah.
Loving self is a love to yourself,
Yeah.
right? And it's honoring self. So I honor myself, so I know that I'm not walking out the house looking haphazardly put together. You're not doing that, right? So that
Mhm.
means internally you're healed.
Yes, exactly. And I think our stories are parallel, but in different settings. So you talk about wearing black for a very long time to fit in what everyone else was doing. I wore a uniform for so long. And when I transitioned, I looked in my closet and the number one color was black. Like any other color, like if I was outside of my uniform, I was wearing black because, we get so accustomed to blending in and, making sure that you don't make other people uncomfortable. And
Ooh,
so I
little one.
already knew for me that there was something else that I wanted to express, but I didn't know quite how to do it. But once I did, the healing from the trauma that I absolutely experienced when I was in the military has been it I've been in this journey where I feel my very best. And it was because I decided to look at the wardrobe first and see what can I do to present myself differently in the woman that I am becoming. I am becoming someone else and being with my own, personality and everything. I'm just drawing that out even more. And the beauty of this is any woman can do it. Like
And
any woman can be able to do it. And like you said, it doesn't matter what size you are, it doesn't matter your circumstances, it doesn't matter how tall you are. That all these things we can create for ourselves. And you have someone, y'all, who customizes. So that means they are sewing or have clothes that are designed for your body. And
body.
when we put the clothes on the body you have now, not the body that you trying to get, because I'm always being told here, I'm losing 10 pounds here, I'm going to be losing 15 pounds here. And I'm like, well, what if you don't ever lose those 10 or 15 pounds? You got to dress the body you got right now.
That part. That part. So
So,
what are we gonna do? Squeeze into it until we get there? We're
no,
gonna be uncomfortable and have muffin tops until we get there?
no,
Are we? Or we
sorry.
just gonna we're just gonna wear the leggings to the
Oh no,
black tie affair
no,
until we fit into the dress
no,
we
no,
actually wanted to wear.
no.
No, we're absolutely not
We're
doing
not
these
doing that.
things.
We don't
And
have to.
we don't have to. And for me, high frequency is about energy, love, joy, abundance, and a
Yes,
love for yourself, your body, adoration, right?
yes.
No negative self talk, right? Because every we all when I found this out, I was like, no, what? I thought I was the only person that had a little evil person in the brain that would be.
Oh yeah, just
And then
be.
when I found out, like, wait, no, everybody has
Everybody
that
has
girl in their head talking
empowering
to them.
thoughts. Then be talking it and taking over. I'm like, now you can't live in today. You can't live here today.
Not
Can't do it.
not today.
Not
Not to,
today.
not today. I gave her a name. Her name is Shirla. She wears hot pink sequin shorts. She wears a white beater. She chews gum. She wears big bamboo earrings. She got bangles from hair to hair, rings on all finger and long fingernails. And sis is just like, girl.
No, no,
You ain't nothing today. So every day, me and Shirley be having fights because what you're not gonna do is mess up my frequency today. You're not gonna mess up my vibe. You're not gonna mess up my joy. So I'm gonna need you to go on and go ahead, right? And so, and I try to tell women, when you have that low frequency, you got shame, you got
Uh-huh.
fear, you got doubt, and you're
Yep.
hiding.
Yeah.
That's where the black came in. Even though we didn't realize it, we were hiding.
Oh man. Yes. Okay, Samantha. I told you we can go on here for hours and hours. Okay. Samantha says that right there, not wanting to make other people uncomfortable, keeps us from showing up fully as ourselves. So being able to bring color and style that aligns with ours is our truth. Okay.
Yes.
It
Yes.
is. you
Yes.
know and it is part of our cultural, okay, because culturally, when you say you lived on the island and color was everywhere, and I've been to many islands, and the colors are
Everything.
really what draws and attracts people there, because they'll see a pink building, a purple building, an orange building, and then people are in those colors, and then, like you said, they're on the beach and they've got all this, swim attire that's very expressive in color. So, what happens then when culturally we stop gravitating to what is most natural to us?
You
You know what I mean? Like something along the way, I don't even know what it is, but I see having the color and style as a strategic advantage. And it is a strategic advantage on any level that you decide to do. You want to be a
absolutely.
community leader? Guess what? We got community leaders out there who are wearing color and making a statement and making themselves known. All right. In very controversial spaces. We have women who are leading in the military. We have women that are leading in corporate, we have women leading in business. And when you see the colors, you're like, okay. And you know what? When we are able to put the colors, the style, and our expertise and our knowledge on top of that, okay. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. And color actually plays a really great part in in energy and frequency. Like red
Yeah.
carries a different frequency than blue. But
Yes.
black is a frequency of protection. About it,
Mm,
right? So we wear
mm,
black to protect ourselves, to hide ourselves.
yeah.
Right? White purifies.
Mm-hmm,
Orange gives you a different uplifting feeling,
mm-hmm.
right? When you think about it, these brands who have brand colors, they've thought about these
Yeah,
big
they have.
brands, right? The
Oh, yeah.
yellow makes you feel hungry. This is why the McDonald things is right. It's not only about sunshine. It tells you different things. Red is passion, but also ignites feeling,
Mm-hmm.
excitement, right? So when
Yeah.
you're dressing, think about that as well, because that also plays an important part in it. And
Yeah, it
and
does.
for me, I have a system called the 3Ds, and that's the way that I dress: depth, dimension, and drama. So I'm writing a book about that,
Ooh.
right? So it's your 3Ds. And that's how I really have, when I keep trying to, people would be like, well, why are you doing it? And I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Uh, and then one day I was just talking and God just gave it to me. And I was like, oh, let me write
Yeah,
this
no,
down.
you better write it down.
Write it down. And so now I've been writing a book for the last couple of years and building on that and creating that system so that women can understand, because I do get it. We're all not born with go in a closet and do, right?
Right, right.
So what I've been teaching women is that. And also we have challenges in my private Facebook group, and we'll have, like, I call it print mashup, because I'm an island girl, so I tend to cross pollinate my lingos, and it's print mashups, and you'll have two prints that you
Yep.
can write together. And just like when we were talking and you were like, click click, I'm wearing
Yeah.
two prints right now, click click. I was like, oh my God, this my people, right? And so we've had people who've done six prints, and you go, like, your eyes are like, you're so energized by this magnificent boldness of it. And so
Yeah.
over the years, I've watched women come in, wearing one color, barely. Oh, I'd only wear black or blue. Now you can't stop her
Right.
buying the prints, buying the this. I have named myself the print queen because there's no other brand that I know out here that are creating original prints for
Yeah.
women of color so that they could show up boldly, unapologetically, and shut it down. Okay? Okay? This
Okay.
is this is my mission. Empower as many women as I can because we have hid for too long,
Hmm.
been silent for too long,
Hmm.
and we don't have to. We don't have to.
No, times are different now. And
Yes.
like when you said like visibility and visual, that's what the society we live in, all the social media and so forth. But what I know is when you can own your visual presence, again, with what you are sharing on these platforms, the influence and the impact that you can make within the community of the people that are assigned to you is absolutely incredible. And that is what all of us should take, and that as I don't create posts that aren't meaningful and that don't have a thought put behind it. And I do that in everything that I do because I understand why I'm here and what I've been through. And now in this next chapter, it looks much different. So, this is all personal journey. And Samantha says, color brings about change and growth. It ignites a fire in you. Yes, it does. And so, I'm going to look on the Facebook side. Y'all just all these comments and just bringing, oh my gosh, let me get back on. Okay, y'all, I'm on Facebook. Let me just share all your comments here. I just refreshed the page. Veronica Black, okay, she's on there. Thank you, Veronica, for being on Facebook. She said yes, accessorize. Okay, then she says yes, don't be out there looking crazy. Okay, then she's like, yes, queen, turning heads, slay. Okay, that's what we are to be doing. Okay, because we can. And why not? It's a lot of fun, y'all. It's a lot of fun. Dale says wearing clothes that are too revealing or too tight, okay, is not a thing. All right.
Not a
So
thing.
we are here to represent accordingly. So we believe it. She says true. We love our colors. She's from Trinidad and Tobago. And Veronica said, yes, something internally is happening with some folks when they are wearing black and continue to wear those darker colors. Um, Kim, hey, Kim. Kim said, what's wrong with legend? Just kidding. I don't know what that comment was from. You'll have to refresh me on that, Kim. And then Veronica says, that sounds like Shanae Nay, LOL, when you were talking about the girl in your head. And
Yes,
then
yes.
so y'all keep these comments coming because it just, first of all, it helps with the algorithm. All right. And so we're pushing this out to everyone who needs to hear it. But this conversation was much needed, because we are kind of these what do you call it, and I don't even say we're not outsiders, we're just pressing the the way that people have seen fashion or believe what fashion looks like, especially in places where we're not. Like I visited New York City many times. My husband's from Harlem, New York, and I have seen all the fashion that happens out there. But once you kind of pull away from those certain areas and you go into some rural areas and you start showing up like this, we're like, what are we doing?
They're looking at you like,
What? And it's okay, y'all. Allow them to just ask. They're going to talk about you anyway. Give them something to talk about. That's all I'll say. All right.
that's it.
And if you feel good in it and it is bringing out the best in you, we want you continue to show up. Okay. We need you to show up. All right. And I think many a times we just need to be reminded of that. So, Queen, I'm looking on here one more time, making sure we don't have any more comments on that side. Oh, here we go. Leggings. LOL. Okay, yeah, leggings. Um, So we're getting towards the end. We've been here for over an hour, and I knew we would be. So what last thoughts would you have before I ask you a final question?
Last thoughts. Find yourself a community of women who you want to strive to be. I feel
Mm,
like too often with social media, it's so noisy.
mm-hmm.
Mhm. Find you someplace where you can shift. And
Mm,
I feel like as women, we constantly evolve,
yes.
but the world doesn't give us permission to constantly evolve. We
Mm,
are creators. This is who we
yeah.
are. This
Yeah.
is why we have a womb space,
Yeah.
because you give us a grain of rice, we creating a whole meal, right?
Wholemeal.
And so I feel like we have allowed the world to dim our light and
Mm-hmm.
make us insignificant. So what
Mm,
I want to encourage you is to find a community where you can build, see yourself, and then keep growing. I think
yeah.
that we stay silent, we stay in the cut, we wear the black and don't understand. It just starts with finding a community, and you could sit in the back
Yeah.
and don't have to say anything, but show up to all the meetings, show
Mm,
up to the things, show up, and then one day you'll be able to raise your hand or walk to the front and grab the mic,
yeah.
right? But you got to start somewhere. You got to go, I'm not happy at this moment. I
Yep.
want to shift. I want to change. No, I've been there. I'm sure that Rochelle has been there. We both
Yep.
looked in our black closet and
Yep.
go, this doesn't represent who I am and who I want to become.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first step, right? And then you find that community, and then you be open to change and open to hearing, right? Because if
Mm,
somebody has been through it already, she might have a shortcut for you. And sometimes we like to be hard headed. What's the saying? Hard head, soft
makes you
behind,
soft behind.
right? If we could help you hop over some hurdles, not take as long to get there.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we've kikied and ha hair and talked about your bags and your clutches and your Crocs, right?
That's
And your
right.
leggings. But
Yes.
it's all in love to
Yeah.
help you see another way of being
Mhm.
versus the way that they want us to be. We
Yeah.
are excellence. We show
Mm,
up excellence. Point blank, period. There's no in between. And so I want to encourage everyone to show up polished from the tippy top of your head to the finger, toenail, fingernail. What's that? Did I say
tell
toenail?
me.
Toenail, fingernail, one of
Listen.
them, right? And so I want to encourage you to do that, and again, no shame, right? And I feel
Yeah.
like we're stuck when we're in this age group, where your kids are grown or halfway out the house, you're morphing into this other human. You don't even know how to be nothing else but what you've been, and that's
Hmm.
joggers, that's this, that's that. But now it's time for you. Now it's time for you to flourish inside and out. Heal your inside so your outside can reflect that.
Yes. I love everything that you shared. And, you know, I absolutely love that going from where you have been to where you want to be. And we can start at any point in our lives. You could start tomorrow, today, whenever that is, but know there's more for you and you deserve more. You have been uniquely designed for something. And if you're not in that something, this is an opportunity for you to get there. All right. And bring along other women or men, if that's a thing, right? Come on and take another one with you, because this journey is about creating whole women. All right. And when you create a whole woman, that whole woman can then change communities, can change the way that life, the society of life, and how they've all said this is the way it should be. We're doing something different, y'all. We are
Yes.
trailblazers. We are change makers. All right. We do things off the cuff. We are disruptors. We don't go by what everyone else has said that we should do. Okay.
It's the
So
grain.
you're right. That's right. Join the journey, y'all. Okay. You will not be disappointed. You will actually feel so much better about the crazy world that we live in. Okay. Because we do live in a crazy world. Now, with that all being said, the one thing that I would also add, Sharon, is when you outgrown that community,
Mm.
because you are moving at that pace, recognize that and get
Hmm.
yourself into another community of women, because now you are at a point where you're now the leader of the pack. You were in the back and now you move to the front. Now there's an expectation for you to do something more with that. Get into a different community or start to lead your own community. Okay? Because we're going to be connecting the circles. That's how this all happens. You connect the
Yep.
circles. All right. Okay. I'm just saying, like, this whole
So
conversation's got
dope.
me just
So
so
good.
like I'm gonna sleep so good tonight, y'all. Y'all don't even know, because this is a lot of things that I felt like we needed to talk about and to just bring a little bit more substance to. Um, so my last question for you, Sharon, is really about the 80th birthday. So I'm striving every day to get to my 80th birthday party, which I'm going to have. So hopefully God gives me those days to do that. But there's a big reason for that. Like, so they talk about seven scores or four, wait, they talk about four scores, right? And so that's 70, but most times after the 70-year mark, every year after that, those are years that you are getting more wiser, more what do you call it? Deeper. And so, a lot of people refer to like the 80 as the ultimate, because sometimes, we don't live past the 80 mark for whatever reason because of our bodies, right? So at your birthday party that you're going to have at your 80th birthday party, what do you want your family and friends to say about you?
That I was fashionable.
Mm,
That's it.
that's it.
While I wear a sequins gown with a train and some feathers. Okay, sis. Like, can we talk? But but seriously, I would love my family to say how empowering I've been, that I've changed lives.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to see my great greats
Mm.
and be able to see my bloodline grow.
Mm.
Like, I get the greatest feeling just watching my granddaughter. She has my personality. My daughter is very calm. My granddaughter is like, "Hey, I'm here." Like, and so I love it, and definitely don't try to dim that voice. But I would absolutely love people to just say, she was kind, she's
Mm.
beautiful, loving, and gave gave her love freely, and
Oh,
always fashionable.
always fashionable.
Okay.
Like, that should be the first
Oh,
and the last thing that you
yeah,
say. Okay.
always
Always.
fashionable. Always fashionable.
Oh my gosh. All right. So y'all, you heard it here, okay? If you missed the conversation, you could go back to the beginning of it. It is an hour and about 26 minutes long, okay? Cuz that's how long we were here tonight. I do want to give a shout out to every person that was here live with us this evening, okay? So we had on the LinkedIn side We had Samantha, Chevy, Donnell, D. Smith, Dr. D. Smith. Okay. We had Christy. Hey, Christy. Christy just came onto the show. She said, "Good evening, all." And she said, "The cap is you." Okay.
That's my granddaughter. We call her Cap.
Is it?
Yeah, we call her Cap. That's very
Oh,
nice.
hey, Cap. Listen. Hey, yeah. I don't know. What is your name? What is your name,
Oh
Sharon?
no, her that's Christy, but she is saying my granddaughter is me. So my granddaughter's name is
Oh,
Charlotte.
yeah.
But I call her Cap because she is going to be the captain of her life, and it just happened that her initials are that. Yes,
Oh, wow. That
yes,
is
yes,
so
yes,
good. That is awesome.
yes.
Listen, Christy, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. And then we got on the Facebook side. Now, y'all over there on Facebook doing the most. Okay. I'm trying to keep up over there, but let me just kind of give a shout out to those folks too, Sharon, so that way we don't miss no one. So we had Jeba, Veronica, Dale, Kim. Okay, y'all holding it down over there. Thank you so much for showing up live with us tonight. Please share with anyone who you think, okay, needs to hear this conversation. If you're not subscribed to the Slate to Success YouTube channel, go on over there, all right, and just put my name in, Rochelle Hemingway or Slate to Success. We are loading episodes every week, okay, from this show and on the Rise and Slay morning show as well. And what else, y'all, am I missing? If you come back and you listen, go ahead and put in hashtag replay so that we know that you're here. Me and Sharon are going to go back and we're going to answer these comments y'all got in here, okay, because y'all bringing the most comments in here, and just making sure that we stay connected. If you are not following Sharon, okay, please make sure you do. Starting today, just go ahead and click ask to be her friend, and then go on the LinkedIn side and request to connect with her as well. You do not want to miss out, because I'm about to get some pieces. I don't know about you, but I'm about to get my pieces. My color is hot pink, as most of you already know. So that's what I'm going to be looking for over there. So if you want hot pink, you better go get it before I get in there, because I'm about to like shut it out. All right. Like, so listen, y'all, when we have a resource that is available to us, especially when it comes to having clothes that fit us well and bring out the best in us, we just got to take advantage of it. Okay. All right, y'all. So, as you know, we will be back here next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when we come back, I'll have another SLAYMAZING guest. And until then, I want you to have a great week, okay? And keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank y'all for showing up. Goodbye.